world, what's popping? Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with. Fellas, what's popping?
What's going on, y'all, man? Another day, another dollar, I guess, man, with this show, man. So they got some real cool stuff we can talk about, especially with these quarterbacks coming up.
Yeah, man. No, man, it's already cracking. No, man, yeah, good episode, ready to talk some stuff, man. It's kindly the season's over. We kind of got some light to look at and some exciting stuff to talk about and look at too. So, man, I'm ready to talk some draft talk.
For sure. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down in Music City Autoplex. Best prices in 500 miles. If you can't make it to the lot, go to musiccityAutoplex.com and check out their inventory. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. Tax time around the corner too, y'all. So y'all know how y'all do tax time. Y'all want to go buy whips and all of that. Go holler at Wilson and he'll get you taken care of. And hey, lock those picks in. If you bet with Kansas City yesterday, hey, depending on how much you bet, you up. But hey, if you bet with Bet US where the games begin, you get 10% gamblers insurance and 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. So scan that QR code and lock those picks in. Julie, what's happening with you? Jill, what's happening? Marlo, what's good? Day one, Corey D, what's happening? Mr. Woods, what's happening with you? Top tier, what's good? Nicholas, what's happening with you? Jason, what's good? Big JS, what's happening? Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. I think it's safe to say that all three of us would like for the Titans to draft a quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. I think that's number one for me. You know, just depending on us getting the right one, it is all that matter to me.
Yeah, I still ride the fence. You know that Travis Hunter, that Abdul Carter looks nice, but I'm at the point where I'm 75% good. Let's go get QB. 25%. I won't be upset if it's anybody else. But with more each week coming in with more stuff I get to watch, especially with the video that just came out with Shedeur and Cam, bro, I'm starting to fall in love more with these QBs. I understand what they were saying, but with my own eyes, what I'm seeing, I'm liking. So I'm starting to get sold on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm also a little bit with Firestone, like, but I think that I really like Travis Hunter, man. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna not go quarterback, you get Travis Hunter. I'm just looking at the impact that he can have on this team if we were to draft him, man. You look at L'Jarius Sneed on one side, and we get Travis Hunter on the other. Then on the other side of the ball, we got Ridley and Travis Hunter. That would be, you know what I'm saying, phenomenal, you know.
Because, bro, for me, I put Travis at wide receiver, and then I throw him in some dime packages. I would still let the nickels, be, Sneed, Awuzie, or McCurry. God, I can't say his name right now. But, and then let that fourth, when we go dime, all right, then Hunter, that's when you get in. We're not going to let you play defense all the time, but when we need a fourth guy, we're going to let you. Hey, also, we're going to throw you a punt return, kick return. Like, he can be a versatile player, so I wouldn't be upset either, but I am starting to lead more towards like these this might be the time. Let's go ahead and go get these guys. I think they're better off than a lot of people led us to believe.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if we were to go Travis Hunter, I would want him to work specifically on offense. Don't do anything defensively. I understand he can get out there and do his thing at cornerback, but I want him at his best whenever he's on the field at all times. And I feel like his best work is on offense. You can throw him out there on kickoff and punt return as well, but let him become an electric offensive player in the league first and foremost before you put him out there on defense. And that may take a year or two. It's all good. But for me, it's all about not putting too much on Travis's plate from the jump.
Yeah, and for me, I know everybody wants to go play him at corner, and that's fine. But for me, it's easier to take him out the game when he's at corner. Now, I'm not saying you can absolutely take him out the game, but when you're at corner, okay, are you in the slot? Are you on the outside? Okay, if you're on the left side, then we're going to throw right side. Oh, you're in the slot, then we're just going to test outsides. We're not going to come to your side. We're going to run the other way. When it's a wide receiver, you can try, you can double him, and that'll cool. But in that situation, you're still not taking somebody out. You're opening somebody else for us in that situation. So you're still just hurting yourself. I would much rather him at wide receiver and then sneak some packages in where he goes and plays corner way more. Because I feel like in the NFL defenses, wherever they see, oh, Travis is there, we're going the opposite way. There's avenues of approach on the defense.
I need him. If we're gonna draft Travis Hunter, man, he needs to be an all-time receiver in a situational corner. So that's about where I'm at. But I could just see, man, when they get to the third, fourth quarter, man, we need to get some stops. You keep him out there. You know what I'm saying? You put him out there pretty much for the whole game. You get what I'm saying? So because especially come playoff time, man, like we need stops, bro, and we need big plays. You're gonna have Travis Hunter out there the whole game. You know what I'm saying? He's a once in a lifetime player, man. I think he's gonna change the league forever, man. Sooner or later, we're gonna start seeing offensive linemen play D line. We're gonna start seeing wide receivers play corner, man. He's the first. He's not a once. I mean, he's not just a once generational player. He's the first of his kind. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's what I was saying with it too. It's like you have like the stereotypes. That's what I was saying. Like I think a few months back, it's like everybody's like, we gotta get the next Justin Jefferson. We gotta go get the next AJ Brown. I think Travis Hunter is the next. Like once he comes out and he does things, everybody's gonna be searching for the next him. He's gonna be that talent is gonna be different. So I can't be mad at it, and that's why I think this makes it so hard. Because we need a QB. But how do you also pass up on a guy that is going to be the new standard that everybody is also going to be chasing? Like, is Cam and Shedeur going to be the new standard everybody chases? Because I'm pretty sure what like you said, Travis is going to come in and change the game. Some guys are going to start playing more than one position, moving around. Debo and them changed the game when they did their utility knife type stuff and doing their end arounds and going to the running back position. You can clearly see Travis Hunter come into the NFL and do something like that too.
And I agree with my guy right here. If we get Hunter, I want him at wide receiver because we got Snead, Awuzie, McQuarrie, and Brown. Exactly. There's no need for Travis Hunter to be on defense because we're already good at cornerback. So let him work on his offensive game. Put him out there on punt return, kickoff return. Let him do his thing. And on down the line, if there's some room on defense, hey, we could sprinkle him in on defense.
I'll say this though, I don't think he wants to get drafted to a team that is not going to put him on both sides. I think he said he makes a living off of it. He won a Heisman doing it, so I think that's what he wants. I think he's not even going to want to go to you if you're not going to put him on both sides as well. So, I mean, in my opinion, that's why I'm sitting there to keep saying quarterback, man, because my goodness, you know.
And I'll say too, like Travis looks so appealing for me as a Titans fan too. This is an organization that has had issues with stamina, durability, and injury. And this is a guy that has been the example of those things in college football ever since he's been in college football. So I know there's no thing as a sure thing, but a lot of things we've drafted players injured. Why not want to have a guy that just plays both sides of the field, plays every snap and doesn't take a break and doesn't ever seem to look winded or gassed during the game neither.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the old saying goes, you know what NFL stands for? Not for long. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Travis Hunter may be that dude that can be the new standard. But I just know what I've seen over the course of history. All that you used to do, you don't do it in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I'm just a little new school Morocco man, but I'm done hearing, but they can't do that in the league. I've heard that said a million times just for it to get proven wrong time at the time again. Because they said Lamar Jackson couldn't do it in the league. They said, oh, there's no way Dion could be able to do that all that in the league. And just them come to the league and do it. So you know what I'm saying. So.
But look who you talking about, though. Well, you just mentioned Shedeur Sanders, a Hall of Famer. I mean, do you consider Travis Henry? I can say Travis Henry, but do you consider Travis Hunter that generational?
Yes.
Speak on it.
He's probably one of the most non-quarterback positions I've seen in a very, very long time. He's that electric on both sides of the ball. I mean, you just had to watch him play, man. When he was at Colorado, dude, like he was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be able to do it. He's gonna be able to do it. He's gonna play wide receiver and corner, man. He's gonna show the league, man, that this is the new standard, bro. It's just the next new thing, and people are gonna say that they can't do it in the league until he does it. Then now everybody's gonna start doing it.
Yeah, and I understand, like, people's brought up like Hunter's route running, and it does need to get better. But the thing that is with Hunter, once you get him the ball, that's all that matters. So you ain't got to have him run the most craziest route. You run some deeps, run him under, run some clear out routes, let him get open, then get the ball and then make a play. So yeah, that needs to be fixed. But sometimes guys cannot be good. Not everybody has to be a jack of all trades. Some guys can just get them the ball and they can be good. Just do that. And so not everybody has to do everything well. They just have to do what they do extremely well when they're not so well rounded. So I can see him playing either way. But if it's me, I'm putting him at wide receiver. I'm trying to get the ball in his hands as much as possible to make plays. And then I'm going to put him in dime packages where I know they're really going to pass. And I'm going to make it seem like Hunter's the weakest guy on there, even though he's not, and try to force you to throw it that way in a dime package. But I understand putting him at corner too. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with Travis no matter what side he plays on. To me, he's just too electrifying with the ball in his hands. I want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Man, like TD said, man, I'll start him at playmaker. I mean, just put him out there, let him go make plays. I mean, his route running, I mean, it is what it is, but you just get the ball in his hands. I mean, that's what these coaches get paid for. They get paid to put the players in the best position possible. So put Travis here out there. Don't be worrying about running him on no kind of specific routes or whatever. Just create an opportunity to put the ball in his hands and let him go make plays. He'll be good.
Agreed.
RJ, would you go say something?
Oh no, I'm good.
No, man, kick it to the King says it sounds like Adoree Jackson to me. No, Adoree Jackson was not on this level. Yes, he could play and he was a versatile, maybe the same, but Adoree was not on the same skill level by
any means. He don't have the athleticism that Travis Hunter had. Yeah, as soon as you cut Travis Hunter tape on, I mean, he sticks out. he stick out real fast, So.
Bro, watching him chase people down on like fumbles or picks and stuff like that, like, bro, he just covers distance so quick. Like, he is just a playmaker. Like, just get him on the field. No, you're not going to go wrong. Yeah, you might get better value at one position than the other, and that's for the coaches to figure out. But you're not going to go wrong either way. I don't think. Like, whoever gets him, even if it ain't us, I just hope it ain't Jacksonville. Whoever gets him, bro, they're going to get a future Hall of Famer at wide receiver or corner, wherever they put him at.
Yeah, Josh, I wouldn't even put their name in the same sentence, honest to God, truth, man, because the simple fact that when Adoree Jackson came out of college, what did you hear, Firestone? You heard that he was still raw in some areas, right? Are you hearing that Travis Hunter is raw in any area, or are you hearing he just needs work?
Just needs work. I don't think anything is necessarily raw. Just, some of the route running is a little bit better. But I think in the NFL, I think it'll translate for him with the right coaching because he has that mindset. So that's why I think no matter where you set him, he thinks that's like a wide receiver. He thinks like a corner. He knows what the opposing opposite person's wanting to do. You should be able to read and pick up on cues quicker than anybody. Like, you're going to be deadly. Like, I don't see where it's raw. So route running needs picked up some, and some of his wide receiver things needs a little bit more touch than his cornerback techniques, and I'll give you that. But bro, ball in hand, you make plays, and it's hard sometimes to get ball in hand as a corner and make plays and be a disruptor on that end.
It ain't nothing wrong about Travis Hunter, man. Just needs a little polishing and he'll be good, man. But hey, let's revisit quarterback, man, because that's pretty much why we're here tonight, talking about Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. And if you saw the video on Well Off Media's YouTube, you saw that Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, they linked up. If you ever wonder what pushing each other looks like, go watch that video, man. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. And I'm gonna start it off with you, RJ. Your thoughts on the video, man?
I love it. I think those are exactly what the type of mentality that you need from both quarterbacks. You see that both of them are bringing out the best in each other, and they're they're friends. You know what I'm saying? Like this, if you watch the video, you could tell that they just want to get under each other's skin. They want to, what I'm saying? It's just like when me and my cousins used to go back and forth back in the day, man. I love it, man. It's like their family. So I like it just because I know they're gonna bring that to this team. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have the Titans that they draft either quarterback are gonna have a leader that the team is gonna believe in, a team that people can rally behind and understand that, hey man, if you give me the ball back, we're gonna win. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like we've been missing from this team. So I'm cool with either quarterback, man. But if I were to just obviously, I'm biased, so I'm gonna say Cam Ward, but I will say this though. I do think that Shedeur Sanders is a better scheme fit for the Tennessee Titans, like from a day one scheme fit, because I just feel like he could play on the center a little bit better than Cam Ward. But I think if we drafted Cam Ward, we would still be good. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be good. That boy, he's very competitive.
Yeah, no, bro.
So RJ, let me ask you this before you go to Firestone. Let me ask RJ this before we get to you, Firestone. So RJ, you just said you believe Shedeur is the better fit, right?
Yes.
So if you're the one that was making the pick, who would you go with?
That's tough. I mean, obviously, putting bias aside, I would probably go with Shedeur Sanders just because if you want to be safe, you know what I'm saying? I think Berganzi, he's like, okay, it's clear as day we need a quarterback on this team. I want to make sure I said right now we need a quarterback that's going to be good from day one. And I think, yes, I love the intangibles that Cam Ward has. I love the extended plays and all that stuff. But I say this, I just don't. What if it doesn't work? You know what I'm saying? Like the chances of him being a bust is higher than Shedeur on the Titans. Not saying just as a player. I'm just saying on the Titans, because the Titans run a specific offense that is not to Cam Ward's strengths. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say this though. If you pick Shedeur Sanders, you know what you're getting. You know that you can put him in the Titans offense and he can run it just as efficiently from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Than Cam Ward would. So
okay, yeah. So Firestone, same question to you. Which is a better fit for the Titans versus which one do you actually want?
Man, I love the video too when they was talking about, and they was going back and forth, bro. And I think going into this video and most of this time, I have been leading to Shedeur. I want Shedeur. I think that's a safer bet just because of all the coaches around him and all that stuff. And that might be a little of favoritism. So when this video came out, and I see them going back and forth. I see Cam cool the whole time. I see Shedeur fucking with him with his drills. He still don't fuck up. He's still on cue. Like some people in practicing his drills, like, dude, stop, man. You're doing too much. Like, just chill out. Wasn't flustered. Didn't bother him. Right along. Never missed a beat. Shedeur says something, Cam right back with it quick. He was on it. And that showed to me just cool, calm, collective, not high, not low. He could trash talk back. He didn't need to get all in your face. He didn't need to get all angry. You can't get under his skin too easily. I just loved everything about it. So even though I have no problem what Shedeur did in that video, I think what Shedeur did in that video was make me fall in love with Cam a little more than I did with Shedeur in that situation because of how he played and what he did. So for me, I want to go Cam. And I get everybody saying that, well, Shedeur fits the scheme a little better. Well, Andy Reid has had Donovan McNabb, Kevin Cobb, Alex Smith, and Patrick Mahomes. Are all those guys like the Patrick Mahomes style, or all those guys kind of different style of QBs that required? So why do we need to go get a guy that just fits this offense now? Rather, let's go get the guy that's actually the better player, and then we will build a system around him. Because that's what good coaches do. We figure out what the players are good at, and we build a system around them. And if it's the QB, you build the system around the QB, not the coach builds the system, then we put players in the positions. No, we got to have a foundation, and by having a foundation, you have a centerpiece or a cornerstone, and our cornerstone has to be the QB. And in this situation, I think the better cornerstone for me for us as Titans is Cam Ward at this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say I'm Cam Ward bodyguard, so you feel me. So I'm obviously I'm trying to put bias to the side. Like I said, Cam Ward has the higher ceiling. It's clear as day. The man is throwing sidearm passes. He's running all over the place. He's doing stuff that you watched in the Kansas City and Buffalo game. He's doing all that. He may not have the arm strength as those two quarterbacks, but he can run around and make plays. You get what I'm saying? And that's what this league is starting to turn into. I was just saying, in my opinion, if I want a quarterback, and Shedeur can get out the pocket too. Don't get it twisted. He can improvise. So he's not improvising as good as Cam Ward, but I'll say this though, that in the pocket though, he's surgical. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think the Titans, it depends on what's going to happen with Callahan. If we're gonna believe Callahan is the guy, then we might need somebody that's surgical from the pocket because he's been used to Joe Burrow, and Shedeur Sanders has a very Joe Burrow-esque play style. As you see works, you know what I'm saying? So it's just all a matter of, to me, with fit, and they're gonna have long conversations with Berganzi, man, and Berganzi's gonna pick the right guy. I'm pretty, whatever quarterback that we pick, man, we're gonna get behind him, man. I promise.
And I'll say this too, and what Handsome R7 said, Cam's footwork. I would question. I would push back on that with you and tell you go watch this practice. Go watch some of his stuff and go see his footwork and compare it to Shedeur, and you're going to see. Me and Morocco was talking about this before we came on. Cam's footwork's a little better than Shedeur's. It is. Shedeur's a little slacky with it when it comes down to point where the ball needs to go. That front pointer foot, it's not always where it needs to be, and it shows. Some of Shedeur's throws are a little out. That leads the wide receiver a little too far. They're going a little past them. They have to get off the routes a little bit. Cam's was a lot more nicer right there, dropped in the bucket in the pocket. So go watch this video. And somebody says it reminds them of McNair. There was something in this video that sparked my ears real quick. That was like, McNair. Because he was sitting there and he's like, "What do you want to do? You don't do no hobbies? Let's make a song." He's like, "No, I don't do nothing. I'm football. And then right before he took that snap, he said, "And fishing." And I was like, "That's McNair, bro. That is McNair. McNair used to put the catfish in the back of expensive ass cars." Okay, I was like, "That's all right. Let's go." I'm even more with Cam after I heard that moment.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm cool with both. As long as we get either one, I'm cool. As long as we get a quarterback, I'm buying a jersey. I'm going to be on here telling y'all that the Titans are going fine moving forward, bro. We have a trajectory. I'm just telling y'all, bro, that's what we was missing this year, because if we had a better quarterback other than Will freaking Levis, if y'all keep complaining about all this other shit that's wrong with the Titans, bro, a quarterback can mask some of that, bro. Some of that. Not all of it, but some of it. But like, y'all keep complaining about the line, y'all keep complaining about the receivers, and I'm like, dude, like, we ain't got nobody that's elevating this roster. The Titans offensive line is below average, but okay, so is the Washington Commanders. You see what they're doing? Their line is below average. You watch Jalen Carter and them keep hitting Jaden Daniels over and over again, bro. Like, it ain't just us. Like, we're not the only team with a bad line. I promise you. Like.
Yeah, we got a super chat that we need to get to real quick, man.
Yeah.
I know it took a while, but hey, Brandon Mitchell, we appreciate you very much, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Brandon says, man, we need Cam Ward. It's quarterback league. Shedeur is cool. That's where I'm at with it, man. And what I got out of this video is both of these guys want to be great, most definitely. But from what I see out of Cam Ward, he has that, it's like he's got that feeling that it's either this or nothing for him. It's a difference between him and Shedeur. See, with Shedeur wants to be great, most definitely. I'm not going to take that away from Shedeur. But if football don't work for Shedeur got other stuff that he can do, and he's going to be damn good at it. But with Cam Ward, I feel like this is all Cam Ward got. This is what Cam Ward is living for. This is what he's breathing for. This is what he's striving for. So I see a different type of hungriness to Cam Ward. And with that right there, that's the type of guy that I want on my team. The person that has to have it. The person that, if this goes wrong, it's completely over for me. I ain't got nothing but football. Like Firestone said, when Shedeur was drilling them about, man, what your hobby is, what your hobby is. For Ward, man, when they look me up on the internet, it's going to say American football player. I play football. I'm a football player, but I go fishing.
Yeah, that's why like I've always liked Ward, man, from the jump, man. Y'all know me, man. I was the first person to tell y'all, man. I was watching Cam Ward games in Miami every single week, bro. Just because I could see it, bro. It was just like, man, the way he was playing, dude. It's like he ain't never had shit. That's how he was playing. And I've listened to his story and how he was a 0-star recruit. He didn't have any scholarships. He didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? He went to Incarnate Ward. He started out of high school. They only was throwing 12 passes a game. He came from a triple option. And I mean, you could see the talent in dude, bro. And he had no offers, man. He went to Incarnate Ward, balled out there. He was like, people still didn't see him. Went to Washington, balled out there. I mean, balling out against Oregon, balling out against USC, balling out against any time a big program that every time he saw him, he balled out. Even balled out against Colorado. He balled out against them. I mean, they played. If y'all didn't know this, Shedeur and Campbell played each other. If y'all didn't know that, y'all go back and watch that game, man. They played each other. He looked way better. You know what I'm saying? He looked way better when they played, bro. And you can sit there and yell offensive line.
My guy Matt said he got videos on deck, man. RJ, maybe you get a video with Shedeur, man.
Hey, man, we'll see. We draft him, then I guess what? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way.
I'll say too, it definitely showed in that video. Like Ward is pissed off a little bit. Like it doesn't really come off like he's angry, but by his focus, by everything. Like Shedeur is a little lax. That's why you can see him play and stuff, and you see Shedeur is very entertaining. He is, but you saw that. In that moment, Cam seems like he's taking it more seriously. Not saying Shedeur is not taking it not seriously. I have no problem with anything Shedeur was doing, but everything that Ward rebutted with, I just loved it even more. So he sat there and you heard him. He's like, they already said I quit on my team. They said I quit on my team. And they basically thrown me under the fire. They was ready to get me. They said I quit. So he has all this stuff RJ just brought about, and he's pissed off. He's like, they was talking about me, scolding me, and I'm on the field, and I couldn't even see it or read it or hear it or nothing. They was telling me I quit. Bro, he is pissed. He is focused. He's like, I'm going to show you I ain't quit on my team. I'm going to show y'all that everything y'all said is not it. I shouldn't be one. Y'all been talking Shedeur. Y'all been talking Travis. No disrespect to them, but I'm taking disrespect to that. And, bro, you saw that fire in him in that ignite. Like, even when Shedeur's playing about some things and talking to the camera, Ward's back there. What, coach? What are we doing? We're doing this, doing this. Okay. Like, he managed both of those things well, and that showed leadership. Like, I can handle what coach wants, and I can handle the biggest clown and the biggest goofball in the locker room too, and still be a leader. Like, everything that came about that from Cam just absolutely sold me.
Yeah, one thing I did like about what they were saying about Cam, how he handles practice, how he goes about time outside of practice, man. He said, bro, he literally tells his receiver, dude, if you're not in the film room watching film with me, dude, I'm not even gonna throw you the damn ball. And I know if we bring that here, if we bring that type of alpha dog mentality to this team, bro, this team is gonna turn around. And remember, how many times I done told you, Morocco, what we're gonna do when we draft Cam Ward, bro. And I've been standing on it, bro. I believe in that, man. I believe in that man. That dude, man, he's gonna have us competing for the playoffs next year. And I even was reading on it on the I've been reading all the little mock drafts. You know, they got the little paragraphs on after our pick. They said the Titans picked Cam Ward. They said one thing about this team, and I've been stressing on here, and I could pull it up and show it to y'all. They said that the Tennessee Titans yes, they have the number one pick, but this team is not as far off as everybody swears that they are. They have a young core. Their quarterback was just so bad that they were losing games they shouldn't have been losing. They had no business losing.
And I get that though, but the problem with that is that's true for last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not
yeah,
this
we are
year.
gonna have a new team.
We got a lot of people. 33 of our 53 is leaving, like or needing new contracts. So that's the case last year. Now we got to see how they put this roster together this year, because we're going to have to turn it around again, or try to figure out how we're going to retain some of these guys if they want to be here after everything. Like, there's still that turmoil to go. So I love when they say that, but I'm still like, we got to see what the new roster is going to look like, because I have a feeling for the third year in a row, we're going to see a huge change on that roster.
He said, do you think the NFL's rigged?
Nah.
I just think that they're really pushing the Chiefs, bro. I mean, they're the dynasty of our day and age right now, bro. So they're really pushing them, and people are just looking for any reason to why they try to shit on their greatness, bro. They're great, bro. Yes, they get some bullshit calls, but they're great, bro. You cannot sit there and deny it. The Buffalo had every chance to win that freaking game, and they didn't win it.
Bro, I'm tired of hearing that too. Like, I get it. No call is always gonna, or no game is gonna be called 100% right. There's always gonna be bad calls, missed calls in a game. Does it feel like it happens more to the Chiefs? Maybe just because they're winning more. But I don't like the narrative like, oh, the refs are helping the Chiefs win and it's rigged and all that. Bro, the first two passes by Josh Allen should have been intercepted. They should have been intercepted. Chiefs dropped the ball. That's the situation. You had 4 fumbles as the Buffalo Bills in that game as well. Those aren't things by the ref. That is you by your play. You got to step up. You got to do one. Like, there's literally a play Josh Allen fumbled the ball and is having to pick it back up as he's getting sacked. Yes, it does feel like the fourth down and some calls the refs helped with, but that's just to me what every coach ever says. Don't leave the game in the refs' hands. Go out there, win. Go out there, execute. Bills had plenty of times to execute, and they didn't execute. It wasn't like these refs was just completely ripping these guys off. Y'all messed up, and then one call didn't go your way, and it makes it seem like that's why y'all lost the game. What about the potential 6 turnovers you almost gave up in that game? How about that being the reason why you lost? I'm just saying, bro, after this week, Josh Allen is now, for me, he is known as the Charles Barkley of the NFL. You're the guy that is just never going to get past Michael Jordan. You're never going to get past Patrick Mahomes.
And there was a lot of guys that didn't get past Michael Jordan, but were still great players, Hall of Fame players at that, man. So, I mean, hats off to Josh Allen for proving that he could take his guys to the big games without the guys being big-time guys themselves. But we can't discredit James Cook neither, because James Cook, man, he has been a straight-up dog this year.
And I'll say this too, like, it's funny too when people say like the refs are cheating and it's rigged, and especially against the Bills, where this is a Bills team where the referee literally went up to Josh Allen on the bench and told him, my bad, I missed a call. Literally walked up to him on the bench and patted him and said, my fault. This is the same Buffalo Bills that the year before Patrick Mahomes and them lost in an overtime game. Nothing happened. The next year, the Buffalo Bills lose in a playoff overtime game, and we got to change the rules. So it's different. You got to look at certain things because they're not out here changing rules for the Chiefs, but they show as hell changed the rules for after the Bills lost, didn't they? So exactly. I know they want to say it's rigged and they want to cheat for the Chiefs, but you got to look at everything with transparent. They're trying. Every game has missed calls, and those games are just so big and have such a magnifying glass on it. It seems like they're bigger when they happen.
I know you're going to like that one, Corey, man. Shout out to the UGA Dogs, man. But yeah, Firestone, you said that perfectly right there, man. I'm not trying to hit this shit with Buffalo with all the refs, where y'all literally got the fucking rules changed to favor the Buffalo Bills. And guess what?
You still can't beat
freaking Josh Allen still can't beat Pat Mahomes. Everybody want to cry about the truth, man. The Chiefs are tired of the truth, man. The Chiefs always use the ref, man. They be cheating, man. You want to know who don't complain about the Chiefs? The Cincinnati Bengals. You want to know who don't complain about the Chiefs? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why? Because they did exactly what those other teams didn't do, which is finish the job. The Bengals came from behind and beat the Chiefs. Tampa Bay didn't even give them the time of day. All that Tariq Hill running around across the field, crossing dudes over, throwing up the peace. It wasn't none of that with Tampa Bay. Matter of fact, it was, but it was Tampa Bay doing it. And y'all want to talk about this right here? The 49ers, they could have beat them twice, but guess what? Jimmy fucking Garoppolo was their quarterback, and then you got Brock Purdy up out here showing why he's Mr. Irrelevant. So I'm not trying to hit his shit with the Chiefs and the refs or whatever, man. If you're mad about the Chiefs, you need to be mad at these other teams for not handling their business against the Chiefs.
And talk about like refs affecting games and stuff. If we see the Eagles in the Commanders game where the refs was like, we can award a point and give them a score, like, bro, it's going everywhere. It's just, and that's why I'm on the side of the fence of saying we just need full-time refs. Stop getting these doctors and lawyers that are doing it part-time, get them full-time. That way, during the off season, you can train them, have them go through some type of training, some type of protocol, so these calls get better in the future. But these calls aren't going to get better when you got a NFL multi-billion-dollar company and you're still using part-time substitute refs. It's sickening. This hire them full time, train them in the off season, get this stuff better. Y'all took refs off the field because they was getting in the way, and ever since y'all done that, refereeing has took a fucking hit. Fix it. Get these guys executed and get them trained better.
Man, just do what the Eagles did to the Commanders yesterday. Beat the fuck out of the Chiefs. I mean, that's all you got to do. If you do your job and beat the fuck out of them, you ain't got to worry about the refs affecting the game, because guess what? You'll be up to the point where the refs don't even fucking matter. I mean, let's be real. Kansas City, they have a good football team, but there's been past Kansas City Chiefs teams that are better than this Kansas City Chiefs team. I mean, Mahomes is great, you know that, but Kelsey, he's not the same Kelsey. Still good, but he's not the same Kelsey. Worthy, he's not Tariq Hill, but he's pretty good though. And D-Hop, shit, they only play D-Hop 2 plays a game, man.
But I say this though,
I mean,
they're gonna be in a dogfight in the Super Bowl, bro. Them Eagles, boy, they can play. And they got the defense for that shit. But I'm still not picking against the Chiefs, bro. I can't, bro. When the game online, I trust Patrick Mahomes, but this one he finna get rocked. He ain't gonna be able to do all that running and shit against Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jordan Jalen Carter and all them boys, bro. They gonna hit his ass. They gonna hit his ass.
Bro, I'll say this too, like, and they said in the chat too, do you know how sickening it has to be as the Bills front office to know that you traded away the pick that got them Patrick Mahomes? You can't get past the man that you let them get within a divisional. Oh, you did it again and let them have Xavier Worthy too. Like, how is your GM not fired? How? Because you literally handed them the guy you were trying to build like and can't get past. Literally on the silver platter. So, bro, how in the hell did the Bills GM is still sticking around? I don't know, but bro,
that right there is exactly the 100%. The reason I keep telling y'all do not trade back. That is 100%. I cannot think of one scenario that worked out for any team that traded back. With teams traded back and you say, oh yeah, I'm glad that they did. No, bro, it ain't happened. It ain't been a good scenario yet.
And I'll say this too about like betting against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not doing it this year. I'm not, because I just heard a stat today that on game-winning drives in playoffs, when the game's on the line, whether it means a field goal or a touchdown, QBs on those drives are normally 40% on those drives success rate, right? So most QBs are around 40% when they do that. Patrick Mahomes is 7 for 7. 100% on game-winning drives in the playoffs when they need to win. The only QB like that. Tom Brady has a 43% ratio, and he's the next closest guy to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not betting against him, bro. I'm not right now.
Man, here goes my thing about the Giants, man. I mean, they just straight up wasted a generational talent. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they wasted Saquon's time up there in New York. Saquon, I mean, and he handled it like a straight up professional. But at the same time, you knew Saquon was ready to get the fuck up out of there. And the Giants, I mean, they didn't do Saquon or themselves a favor by paying freaking Daniel Jones. I mean, shit. If you were gonna pay anybody, pay freaking Saquon, man, because that was the only reason the Giants were winning the games that they were winning. It definitely sure wasn't because of Jones.
Bro, I don't get as Giants how you sat there when they were drafted. Do you remember all the hype around Saquon when they drafted him? We're going to get Saquon. There's not guys that come into the draft that you will know are gold jacket players. He's a gold jacket player. We're not messing this pick up. Well, you fucked up the re-sign for damn sure. You let this man not only walk out the door, you let him walk to a division competitor. And then the reason why he has to walk is because you overpaid a QB that, didn't even make it the whole year for your roster, bro. Sell the team. We talk about selling it. Sell it.
Hold on, RJ. For you say something, RJ. I want to get to Rashid coming right here. Rashid said, Rashad says they gonna say that about us with Derrick Henry. Man, look, man. It ain't the same, bro. It is not the same.
I was literally about to touch on that.
Yeah, go ahead and touch on it.
I was going to say that this is what I'm going to tell y'all. They keep on saying that we wasted Derrick Henry, which is completely false, bro. We gave this man a first ballot Hall of Fame career. That's not wasted. The Giants literally wasted Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is supposed to be in the same conversation as CMC, the same conversation as Derrick Henry, and obviously one of the top running backs of all time. And he's not that. He did not have that type of career. Now, he has the talent, but he does not have that type of career because the Giants never built a team around him for him to succeed, bro. We built a team around Henry. We gave him an elite receiver. We took him to the play. We took him to the AFC Championship. So, no, we did not waste Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, we just wasn't good enough when it came time to play Patrick Mahomes and got time to play the Bengals. We just was not good enough.
You know? We didn't have the quarterback.
We didn't have a QB. That was the only thing.
That's why we sit up over here acting the way that we've been acting for the past couple of months. It's because we know now that in order for us to go to the Super Bowl, we gonna need a damn quarterback. You can't have a Brock Purdy up out there trying to go to a Super Bowl. You can't have a Jimmy Garoppolo out there trying to go to a Super Bowl. You can't have a Jared Goff out there and trying to go to a Super Bowl. You can get down close, man. Matter of fact, you can go to the Super Bowl with those guys, but you won't win.
You ain't gonna win it. You ain't gonna win it because you're gonna run the other team, gonna have the shit that you supposed to have. And you want to know how much a quarterback can impact a football team. If y'all don't remember, bro, in 2019, bro, we started the season off 2-4 because Mariota was playing like absolute dog shit. And what happened?
Yeah, Tannehill.
Yeah, we traded for Tannehill, right? And as soon as we got Tannehill, we just started whooping everybody's ass out of nowhere. I mean, we was tearing teams up, bro. And that team was already talented. Remember, the morale was down. Oh, Vrabel, he was a bad picker. We should have kept Malarkey. That's what they were saying when we were 2-4. Because I remember that shit. And we freaking got Tannehill. We beat the Chargers. Next thing you know, we beat the brace off somebody else. We played the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs, bro. I remember that was the game. Tannehill went stupid. And that was from then on there, bro. That lets you know that a quarterback can impact the team more than any other position in football, bro.
I just love to see Tannehill as a comparison for you of saying what we need here is the Titans, but then Tannehill ain't enough. No, I got you. I love it.
No, Tannehill ain't enough, but I'm saying that just shows you the difference of what happens when you get a better quarterback. It's what I'm.
Oh no, I just love the Tannehill comparison. I'm taking
I like Tannehill.
I'll take it.
He just wasn't good enough when the time came, bro. That's all that it was.
But for me, dude, with the Henry thing, like people saying Titans wasted Henry, I would like to often remind people that even though Henry was a Heisman winner coming out of college, his first few years in the NFL was not good. He was about to be out the NFL, not just out of Titans. People's like, you as a Heisman guy, you're supposed to be running like this, and you are going down easily off of shoestring tackles. You're always doing too much. You're very easy to knock down and knock off balance. Like he was, bro, it just seemed like you breathed on Derrick Henry those first few years and he would fall to the ground. Like he just didn't have it. And it wasn't until that Eddie George talk that he turned shit around. So I would also argue the case that we didn't waste him. We helped make him. Because if it wasn't for that Eddie George talk, possibly Derrick Henry wouldn't have been able to turn into what he was, because that advice and that motivation that Eddie George gave him, and Henry has said this to himself, is what helped change and impact what he did in moving forward to make him a better running back. So people love to say that and trash talk, but remind them about the early Derrick Henry years and how one of our legends had to come and help him to be what he was. It was the Titans. We didn't waste him. Nobody came and helped Saquon grow to be who Saquon was. He was it from the jump. for the Giants and was running through this league as soon as he stepped foot on grass here.
Yeah, they wasted him, dude. He's supposed to be a first ballot.
Saquon's only issue was the injury.
Yeah, he was only getting hurt because, man, the line was trash. So as soon as the play start, they smacking him in the backfield. He gonna freaking get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
And like Philip said, Henry
healthy during this year.
Yeah, and like Philip says here, Henry was sharing time with Dion Lewis. Also, don't forget, we traded for DeMarco Murray to come be starter over him too. Like, we was having those issues. So those guys love to say that because they just remember when Henry was making that noise. But real Titans fans remember when, man, is this guy a bust? What is going on? This is not the running back we saw from Alabama.
I was the main person during those times that was saying that we need to give Derrick Henry the ball more. I think people not only did Derrick Henry running soft. At the same time, I don't think we really knew how to use Derrick Henry at that time. In the Jacksonville game, that's when he became the king. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, okay, we need to build this running back's different than everybody else, man. We've never seen a game like this from a running back ever. You know what I'm saying? From our team, like I ain't never seen 200-something yards and 5 TDs. I mean, the Jaguars had no answer for dude.
I think it's Llewellyn, like Ford said, Firestone. David Llewellyn starting over Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And that's to say there's like I think it was a little bit of both. I think Derrick Henry finally figured out how to accomplish what he wanted to accomplish without doing too much, and then that in the system. That in return gave the coaches more trust in him to put him and give him more carries because it's hard to give a guy carries when you're like, man, you're not doing it right. And he wasn't like Levis where like you're putting the ball in danger, but it's like you're not optimizing the run. You're not optimizing the lanes. You're not staying on your feet. Like I can't keep giving that guy the ball. The body, the physique, everything can look good, but when we give you the ball, the product is not looking good. I can't keep giving you that. So like I think it was just both that. All right, it finally clicked for Henry. Then once it finally clicked for him, okay, now I know how I can actually use him and have trust in him. And all that came together. That's why it's like we didn't waste him. It came through there. Did we not do as well as we should for him? Maybe. But did the Miami Dolphins waste Dan Marino because he never got a Super Bowl either? Like not everybody gets to reach that pinnacle. So it's not necessarily wasting if you also help build their career to be who they are. And we helped Henry get to that gold jacket level.
I know I'm cutting up over here internet-wise, man.
I'm fine with either one.
Let's get right at that hour mark.
Either one. Huh?
Say again.
Nah, he said Shedeur's QB1. I said, man, I don't think we go wrong with either one. I've been looking at Shedeur film, and man, I mean, he's gonna be lethal in that pocket, man. Like I've just been watching film, bro. Like that dude, man, he's throwing dots in the pocket, man. And Cam Ward, man, he's just so much of a point guard, bro. Like, and it's like, man, we need that on the team because I know when it's time for us to win a football game, Cam Ward gonna win that mug, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward gonna win it. Yeah, that's why I'm big Cam, dog. You know.
It kind of feels like he has that chip on his shoulder, kind of like Lamar had when he was coming in. I know Lamar ain't won a Super Bowl yet, but it's still like you kind of want to have a guy that kind of feels like y'all not at least recognizing, y'all's not appreciating everything I have. You're still underselling me. There's a point of having that as a fire underneath you. And it don't seem like Cam has to have a fire. Like he seems he's motivated enough. I want to be the best, and that's enough. But when people that are like that and kind of have that great mentality that I just want to be the best at what the best at what I want to be, and there's no plan B for me, and then they get an extra fire of motivation. That's the shit that makes Jordan go out there and play Game 6 with the flu and play the game he has. Like, yeah, he's great, but put a chip on his shoulder and watch that motherfucker be greater than greatness.
And I agree with Jay's comment as well. Yeah, we straight up wasted Chris Johnson, man. I mean, and that was during the time where the front office was a straight up mess. I mean, it's a mess right now, but back in those days when Chris Johnson was doing this thing, I mean, it was a mess like none other. It's a reason why Amy had to step in and take control of this team. It's because of the mess that was going on back in the gap when Chris Johnson was around. So, yeah, we absolutely wasted Chris Johnson. I hope we don't ever have to go through that again. And Jay, since you said we wasted Chris Johnson, the only way we don't waste another guy is if we go try to get a quarterback. If you draft Abdul Carter, guess what? You're setting yourself up for him to get wasted. I mean, go draft Travis Hunter. As much as we done talked about Travis Hunter tonight and all his greatness, if the Titans don't get a quarterback, they're going to be wasting Travis Hunter. So that's why we want the quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback gonna make or break a team, man. I really believe that this team, once we get better quarterback play, we'll compete with it. We'll compete with the good to the below teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're gonna compete with a great team, but we'll definitely compete with the good teams, and we'll compete with the average teams, the above average teams, and the bad ones. You know what I'm saying? We can beat anybody. We can beat damn near anybody. I mean, you look at Jaden Daniels, man. I mean, during the regular season, they was in the game. Bro, I don't think y'all realize how bad the Washington Commanders was last year. They was picking number 2 in the draft. They won 4 games. They won 4 games last year. So you cannot sit there and tell me that look at all the changes they made. They got a new this, that, and the other new front office. What are we doing? We got a new front office. We got a new head coach last year. So what do you mean? It's very similar. And then they be like, well, they drafted the offensive line. Did we not draft the offensive line the past 2 years? Did we not draft the offensive line the past 2 years? I mean, we built an offensive line too. You can't, so I'm sorry, bro. I'm not buying that we ain't the Commanders. Now, one thing I will buy is there's no Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to let you go ahead.
What?
I'm going to go ahead and let you get this one. My bad. My internet, like Lo said, my internet up over here acting the dog. But what I was going to say is this comment right here. This comment right here, RJ. What if you get Hunter and Dart? Would you be okay with that? You did a video about that too, RJ.
Yeah, I'm I'm cool with that. Like, as long as if we trade back and get Hunter at 3, say we trade with the Giants, right? The Giants go get Shedeur Sanders, Browns get Cam Ward, and we get Travis Hunter, and we get a haul of picks, bro. I'm cool with that as well. Because I mean, I think Jackson Dart's a good quarterback, and I like Jackson Dart. He's quarterback 3 for me. So yeah, I'm cool with that. We gotta get him in the second round though.
Yeah. And I want to just push back a little bit on that Commander's take, just because like everybody loves to say the Jaden Daniels stuff just because it is this shiny thing. And he was the centerpiece. Like I said, you need a cornerstone piece, but they did what most teams do and what you do right, which was what we said you should have done as Tennessee this season, which is if you're firing a general manager, fire all. You do the trifecta. You hire the GM, you let the GM get his coach, then you let the coach go get his QB. That's what they did. That's the first difference. The second difference is they got a damn good coach. They got a coach that's
I like Dan Quinn more than like Callahan. I'll say that.
Not only as a head coach, they got an offensive coordinator that actually knows how to call plays. That was running through college, came through NFL because of how he was calling plays and how his offense was schemed in college. He's the offensive coordinator and a former head coach. The defense is on point. They had a first-round pick that was second overall. They had 3 second-round picks. They had 2 third-round picks. They had a 4th. They had 2 fifths. They had the whole arsenal that you needed to do a turnaround in 1 year. It wasn't just let's go get a QB and everything's fixed. They had money in free agency. They had an arsenal of picks. They got the right GM. They got his coach. They got his QB, and all that together makes up that success. We don't have all those same things.
Yeah, it's similar. It's similar. They traded for Marcus Lattimore. We traded for L'Jarius Sneed. We got plenty of draft picks. We got 9 draft picks. Like, I mean, come on now. We got 9 draft picks. We got multiple 4th-round picks, multiple 5th-round picks. We got. I mean, come on now. Like, it's very simple. But no
third. We don't have no third. We have a second and a first. All those things are still different, bro. Those 4th, those 5ths are cool picks. But you're going to have to make those hit, and that's hard. But you know what's nicer? Having 3 second-round picks, bro. That's a huge difference. Having 3 seconds and a first and then 2 thirds. They had more picks by the time the 3rd round was over than we're going to have by the 6th round. Like, if we're going to try to pull what they're going to try to pull, they built in the draft. We're going to have to use majority of our money to build in free agency because we don't have the draft capital that they had. And yes, Jaden Daniels made the difference. But a team is a team because of the depth. and the players that can come around and build up and step up when you need to. Yes, you need the star players and the impact players, but without no depth, you're not a good team. And they got a bunch of good depth with those draft picks. It's hard to try to, like, we're going to have to build through free agency, and we're not a good sell right now when you haven't even gotten your QB yet, or nobody knows what you're doing in the draft. Like, we got to sell free agents before we go get our draft picks. That's going to be a hard sell for us.
I disagree, because I mean, they came here when we had Will Levis in quarterback, and everybody knew he wasn't it. So to sit there and say that we can't do nothing in free agency when we had Will Levis and we were getting all, we had the best free agency. We had one of the best top 5 free agencies last year. So you can't sit there and say we the free agents don't want to come here. The people want to see, people below know that we're about to draft a quarterback.
Bro, there was so much hype around Will Levis last year. All that marketing campaign, the ping pong tip, everybody was sold in on Levis. That's different. And yes, he turned out to be this, but you can't act like now that we know this ain't it and he busted. Everybody knew that before the season when they sold and was sold on it and bought in on this. Everybody was on the Will Levis hype. There was hype around it. There's no hype here now. It's dead. It's quiet. It's what the fuck is going on there? Like, it's completely different than foreshadowing back, because Will Levis is bad and we got people to sell in. Yeah, we got people to sell in. They bought the fool's gold. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We're on this twice second go round in this free agency. We sold a bunch of free agents last year that this was going to be a good year and this is going to be great. And look how it turned out. Free agencies aren't going to go for that same route again. We fooled them once. How are we going to sell you again now? Like, no, we mean it this time. It's a hard sell, man.
They say money talks, man, and that might be true, but at the same time, too, man. I mean, just throwing money around.
Yeah, it's a money game.
Free agency wins.
Well, we're going to have to overpay.
Nah, y'all gonna see.
Yeah, don't even win.
Once we draft this quarterback, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna talk shit every time we win. Every time we win, I'm gonna be on here. I told them motherfucker. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing that we just so bad. When I'm reading everybody else saying the same thing that I'm saying, that we have a core, bro. We have a core. We got Jeffrey Simmons, Landry. We got 2 linemen that we just drafted, bro. We got freaking we got a 1,000-yard receiver. We can literally have a 1,000-yard receiver, and we got a 1,000-yard running back, bro. What are you? We're not that bad.
Yes, bro, because we're
because everybody quit.
Bro, no, like, we're riding this emotional roller coaster as fans because, all right, you got this GM, we got some new hires, assistant GM, Reggie's here. That starts to look good and it settles for the fans. There's still players pissed off in that locker room about Rand. There's still players that have seen the inside that are like, cool, hire whoever the hell you want. That'll make the fans happy because they don't see what's going behind closed doors. I do. There's still players pissed off that don't want to be here. I know, like,
man, they was pissed off when we were 2-4, bro. They was pissed off.
Bro, there's a time where enough's enough, and there's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And how long are players going to sit here and stand for it? And that's the thing that's going to be telling. We can have all this excitement about the new GM, but everything that has still happened in the past 3 weeks is still lingering with some of these players while they're on vacation. They don't give a fuck who we hire. They're pissed off that you let go of Rand, the guy that they may have drafted them, the guy that maybe paid them their biggest contract they ever got, the guy that might have believed in them and gave them a shot, that was actually connected with them on a personal. Like, there is people that are still pissed off inside. And I know as fans, we want to get happy, but you still have to realize what the situation is. You can get sold on that GM hire, but there's still a lot of damage control to do with players and personnel behind those closed doors.
Nah, like I said, we ain't going to no AFC. We're not going anywhere near no AFC championship. I'm not saying that at all. Well, I'm trying to get y'all to understand that we're not a 3-14 team. I get it. We went there. We went 3-14. We you know what I'm saying? We was losing for the past 8 weeks, bro. I get that. I'm not denying that. But half of it was because they checked out. Did they not check out after that Colts game? Whenever we lost to that Colts and we went into that bye week, I said, yeah, this season's over with, bro. We all said it. The season was over with. And from then on, we was getting tapped, bro. Yeah. We lost, like, we had 40 put on us with the Bills. We got 50 put on us with the Lions. Like they tapped out, bro. Let's be real, man. They knew it was over with. It's not because we're just so bad, bro. Like, no, bro. We just knew we wasn't complete.
Bro, but that sounds like not dogs to me. You can tap out. You can all those things are not sellers to me. And yes, we saw players check out, and it wasn't as late as you say. You saw players check out week 2, week 3 when Will Levis starts turning over the ball. You start watching Amari Hooker early in the season make business decisions on tackles and
Yeah, they wasn't even trying to tackle
running the
Jonathan
wrong
Taylor.
angle. So that's the thing to me too. Bad coaching. Like there's all these things. That's not just on player. Like that is on player because at the end of the day, you got to fight for the dog inside of you and the competitor. But also as a coach, you got to learn how to wrangle your players in too when they're getting off or put somebody in there. Like that's still those things where I'm not sold on Cali. He let the team be a circus act and people just run off their emotions and play however. Well, fuck it. I'm done. Too many players on this Tennessee Titans team had a fuck it, I don't get paid enough for this job mentality this year. And that starts from the head, and the head is Callahan in this situation. We still
they
got
was doing that with Vrabel too, bro. You can't just sit there and say that it's just Callahan. Like they did it with Vrabel too.
Bro, it's Vrabel towards the end. It's not Vrabel on his first year where it's your first year and you're supposed to be laying a foundation of what this team is, and you're showing that the foundation can be, fuck it, I'll do the bare minimum and nobody's going to hold me accountable. That's not a good standard as your first year.
It's a difference, though, because we believe that we can win a Super Bowl. At that time, when you believe you can win a Super Bowl, the team is going to play way better than what they're playing when they don't believe it, bro. When we started off 7-3, and everything was going good, bro, and we believed it. And then we took that L to the Bengals, bro. Then we realized, okay, we're not going to do shit. And from then on, we was getting our ass beat every week, bro. You know what I'm saying? Once you lose that faith in a coach, bro, you start getting your ass beat every week, bro. That's just how it goes.
Bro, they've lost it already, and it's the first year. This is
because we don't have a quarterback. We don't have nothing to believe in. We don't have anything to believe in.
Bro, how many years have the Steelers been trying to replace Ben Roethlisberger? Now, granted, none of their QBs have been Will Levis. I'll give you that, but when they've been going through QBs in cycles, Mike Tomlin still has them playing respectful. Every player goes out there and plays with his heart. Like, I get all that, but at the end of the day, this is business, and you're supposed to be a competitor, and you're supposed to be a dog, and you're supposed to be a coach that keeps your players riled up or rounded up. I don't like how the players just ran a ruckus and did everything this year. He just doesn't seem to have composure and control to get guys to say, "Hey, buckle your bootstraps in. Let's do something. Let's figure this out." So that's why it's like I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying it's going to be very, very hard when there's a lot of other teams out here that actually have a playoff and Super Bowl chance to go, and they're a few players away, and the Tennessee Titans are still trying to figure it the fuck out.
I'm going to say this right here. When you mention the Steelers, I mean, you got to understand who the hell you mentioning. You mentioning right. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, future Hall of Fame head coach. And outside of Mike Tomlin, the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, we all know the history behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. So no matter what generation comes along, they see a Steelers jersey, they already know what it is. It's a culture that's already established. It's been established for over 50, 60, 70 years or however long it's been established. The Titans don't have that type of culture established. So when you talk about the Titans compared to the Steelers, that's why guys go in there and play hard regardless on who the coach is versus a team like the Titans that don't have that type of culture established.
No, that comes from the coach, because the Patriots had that culture, but as soon as Belichick, or my fact, I'll say this, as soon as Brady left, that went down. Like it doesn't matter in those situations. Like the culture can already be set. The next guy has to come in and carry that torch. And Mike Tomlin has done that well. And that's my point. There's been many of franchises. Look at the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. They were doing good, but they fell off too. 49ers used to do good back in the 90s, fell off too. So just because you have that culture doesn't mean you automatically, people come in and just play that way. Like, no, you got to have a coach that knows how to use the culture as a motivation tool to keep players motivated and driven throughout the season, through the thickest and thin, and through adversity. And that's what Mike Tomlin does well. Yes, he's a great coach, but every coach should know how to keep their players motivated throughout the year.
What were the Patriots before Tom Brady and Bill Belichick?
Right, but the point was they're the culture.
I mean,
but they built the culture. Every team ain't shit until they build the culture. They built that culture there, 18, 19 seasons? So it doesn't matter what was before. They built that culture, and the culture didn't succeed past it. but that's any team with a great legacy.
I'll say but this, that's though, and a lot of people are going to try to say, I've just never heard of a team built when they need a quarterback and they're picking top 3 in the draft, and there's a chance to get a quarterback for them to not get a QB. I just never heard of it. I've never heard to build a roster for an imaginary quarterback unless you're just not in position to take one. We're taking a quarterback, bro. So Jay, he keep on yapping, bro, in the comments, bro. We're not taking Abdul Carter, bro. You might as well. I've been going back at it with Jay for we're not taking Abdul Carter, bro. He's probably the last person we gonna take. We're gonna get somebody to help out this offense, bro. We need something, bro, because the offense is horrible. I mean,
no, and they said, like, I contradict myself because QB. No, what the point is, no matter who it is, whether it's a player or a coach or a GM or whatever, that sets the culture. Once that piece leaves, the culture doesn't then like, oh, well, the culture's here, we're just going to do great. The next person that takes over for the person that set the culture has to carry the torch. And nobody carried the torch after Brady. Mike Tomlin carried the torch great after their, and I can't think of his damn name now, and he's on Fox and everything. My dad would kill me for not knowing that dude's name now. But you got to pass the torch, and the next guy has to step up. It doesn't matter what foundation you laid before if the next guy can't live up and fill up to the shoes of what the culture actually is. So whether it's a player, QB, GM, a player, coach, or GM, whoever set that culture left, the next guy has to carry it. Bill Cowher, thank you. God, that was going to kill me. The next guy just has to carry the torch, and that's just not what we've seen so far.
It's just hard for us to compare us to this. They're on a whole different franchise than us, man. Like, it's not saying what they doing is correct, because I mean they ain't won a Super Bowl since I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is with them, huh?
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I said my thing is with them, bro. They got their fan base is as big as the Dallas Cowboys, bro. And it's to the point, bro. They got fans. You can't do a 360 without seeing a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, bro. Like they all they care about is winning games. That's all they could be. They can know they're not winning Super Bowl and they care about winning. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. You know, we're not like that. Once we know we suck, we're gonna start watching them, bro. That's just how we are. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Y'all ready to wrap this thing up for the night? Oh, we can't wrap it up right now because we got a super chat from True Hype, man. True Hype, appreciate you very much, my guy. Historically, how many top 3 quarterbacks are winning Super Bowls? Whatever the Titans do, I'm good, but we are more than a quarterback away. When it comes to Super Bowls, contending for Super Bowls, we're more than a quarterback away. But to become a competitive team, a team that can win the division consistently, a team that can get inside the playoffs consistently, a quarterback could definitely take us there in 1 year. I mean, granted, we got a right tackle problems where we got edge rushing problems, but a quarterback most definitely changes things because it's the most important and impactful position on the field.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I agree with 100% agree with Morocco. None of us up here are saying we're winning the Super Bowl next year. No, we're not. We're not. We did, and I even said today, even though I'm comparing us to the Commanders, we're not going nowhere near no AFC Championship, bro. I'm saying,
hold on, get Jay. Stop. My bad, RJ. I didn't mean to say it like that. No, but get Jay.
I told you I argue with Jay all the time, so this ain't nothing new. Bro, you are too obsessed with pass rushes, bro. Pass rushes are important. You need them on your team, bro. But I'm sorry, bro. Nobody in the Super Bowl right now has a top 5 pass rusher. Nobody in the Super Bowl right now, top 5 pass rusher. Like, you can live without them, bro. I promise you. You at least need a good pass rush. But I'll say this though, and back to what I was talking about. I 100% agree with you, Marco. We are a quarterback away from being a playoff competitor. That's what I'm trying. That's what I've been trying to stress on this show for God knows how long. That I feel like if we get a quarterback, I think we're up there with the Broncos at least, bro. You cannot tell me the Broncos are just way better than the Tennessee Titans, bro. Whatever, if we get a good quarterback, like
I disagree because we're getting too caught on the Jalen Daniels effect. That doesn't happen every year. He went further than any rookie QB has before for a reason. This doesn't happen. The exception does not dictate the rule. Jaden Daniels is the exception to the rule, but he does not change it. So I'm gonna push back here. If we're such a QB away, Chicago Bears had 2 picks in the top 10. Was they a QB away? Did them drafting a QB make them a competent football team this year, or did they go 5-11?
the problem with them is that they play coaching the look at their division, bro.
Thank you. That's my point there too. It's not just a QB. You want to say, look at the Bears and who's coaching the Bears.
The NFC North, bro. We ain't gonna do that, bro.
It ain't even
playing in the division with the Vikings, the freaking.
Bro, it ain't even about winning the division. They 5 games, 5-11. Okay.
If they play in the AFC South, they probably would have won that mud, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. They would have won that mud. They play in the AFC South, bro.
No, bro.
I got a hell of a whole lot more faith in Brian Callahan than I do Everflute.
No, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, we like to see certain things, and like we can do it like them. We can be. It's not the same situation. How many teams drafted a QB last year? How many of those QBs actually gave their teams a fighting chance and a playoff run and did everything? Like, you're not just a 1 QB away, and we're not at this point. When you're 33 players leaving your team of your 53-man roster, which is 50% more of your over 50% of your roster, you're not a QB away, bro. You got to still build a whole roster.
I'll say this, Firestone. Why Houston? Why are they so worried about who we picking in this draft? Because every time I post anything on my page, bro, about a quarterback, here they come on my post, bro. Oh, you don't need no quarterback, man. Go pick this guy. Go pick that. They trying to tell us not to pick a quarterback. Exactly. Why? Because they know good well they frauds.
Because everybody knows, bro, because everybody knows every team needs a QB. That doesn't mean you're a QB away from being competent. It means every team needs a QB. And if the art of war, I don't want my enemy having the best weapon against me. So guess what? They want us to stay in QB carousel. They want us to stay there, absolutely. But that doesn't mean we're a QB away. It just means, yeah, you definitely have to have a QB to win in this league. I agree with you on that.
I just know we would have won 2 more football games and we had a better quarterback in those 2 football games. I mean, who knows how things go if we win those 2 football games. I mean, true. But let's get to the super chat though, and then we can, build on that some more, man. Shout out to Sportstacular. Do you think they are going to trade Big Jeff?
I don't know 100%. I feel like he'll be a move, but that's just speculation. That's just my feel. That's not nothing set in stone. I feel like he will want to move on. Like, I don't think he's happy with it. Rand was a guy that he was really excited about, really close with. Rand's a guy that paid him he ain't too happy about what happened with Rand. So I'm not saying it's definite, but I definitely wouldn't be shocked or surprised if it happens. And I'll say this too. When we were talking about the Caleb Williams and QB thing away earlier, remember Caleb Williams couldn't even beat Will Levis. Will Levis had to beat himself. So some teams, bro, like we got to get a QB, but you got to get the right QB.
Trying to make is if you switch the Tennessee Titans and the Bears, and you put the Bears in the AFC South, bro, they are competing with Houston for the playoffs. I would firm because Houston, they was not smacking shit. They was not running through nothing, bro. You feel me? I'm telling you now, there's a difference between us and what the Bears have got going on in NFC North. They're going to be a minute before they do anything in NFC North because it's just so stacked. They're the best division in football. We're one of the worst. We're arguably the worst division in football. So I know if we get a quarterback, we at least competing with fucking Houston. Can we beat them with Will freaking Levis? If we could beat them with Levis, you don't think we could beat them with Cam Ward? Like,
bro,
come on, man. Like,
bro, that's not what the point was. Like, we're not talking about like how hard their division is. That's moving goalposts. That's not. We're talking about their record and their win. They don't. But bro, that's only they're not playing their division the entire time. And I mean, bro, you're right too. They probably would because they beat the Texans and the Colts and they beat us. They swept the AFC South this year. But bro, they also like it's. Then they beat the Jaguars too, bro. The Bears still. It's not about with the division of suck. We're not trying to be the best of the worst here. We're trying to be the best of the best. And yes, okay, cool. The Chicago Bears probably would have made it in the AFC South, but guess what? They would have got rolled just like Houston got rolled in the playoffs as well. It's still not good enough. Being the best, being a big fish in a little pond is not good enough when we got to be the big fish that gets out the little pond and jump back into the ocean.
I understand.
So I gotta understand where we at right now, though, too, man. I mean, it ain't like we sitting right here like the Colts in the middle of the pack. Nah, we somewhere in the trash can. Matter of fact, I mean, we're at the bottom of the trash can. So I mean, we got to keep reasonable expectations in mind. And yes, I do acknowledge it's gonna take a little time to get exactly where we want to be, but at the same time, I just know what can happen if we hit on a quarterback. I mean, look at how many games we played last year. 17 games. Out of those 17 games, how many games did we look at that game and say the quarterback was the problem?
A lot.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. But and we got to get that. Like I said, we got to. But we got to get the team built around, or else we're gonna have another situation where we're gonna bring in a rookie QB everybody's happy about, but we're not gonna have no assets around him, or we're not gonna have a line to protect him, and he's gonna get flustered, get hurt, or something's gonna happen early on in his career mentally. So like, yes, it's important to get the QB, but you also got to build a supporting staff and crew around him. It's especially in those early years of development, you got to give him something to have some trust and faith in.
Fellas,
I just don't believe in that.
Go ahead, RJ.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say this been a good discussion, but we're gonna change courses for a tad bit before we get up out of here. Shout out to Alex for the super chat, man. We appreciate you very much, Alex, like Trump say. But anyway, did you guys see the Liam Cohen interview today? Yeah, they've been talking about it in the comments, man. Can we play that interview without getting demonetized?
I will play the audio. How about that? I'll play audio here for you because I do have it on my
audio because I need to hear it. I didn't listen to it, man. Or the Jags jagging again. That's all I want to know.
All right, here you go. Duval. Bruh. Bruh.
Is this gonna be Adam Gase all over again?
Man, I don't believe it, dude. Duval. You telling me the players are gonna get behind him?
He looks like the Timo version of Nick Foles.
The players not about to believe in him, bro.
Tell me this motherfucker don't look like Will Levis, bro. How the fuck did y'all go hire this? Like, bro, they done hired Will Levis' cousin.
Did y'all watch the? Did you watch the Aaron Glenn? What Aaron Glenn said, bro? Aaron Glenn's his press conference, his press conference, man. That shit had me ready to run through a wall, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And he might turn them boys around, bro. You know, he played for the Jets for a long time, so man, I ain't gonna lie.
No, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to see that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I missed that.
Yeah, man. That's the first person I got to think about, Adam Gase. I mean, how you gonna get on there? Duval.
Bro,
what the fuck is that? Oh man, no wonder Liam Cohen got the best out of Will Levis because both of them some motherfucking nuts.
Bro, here, I'll clip it out if we get in trouble, but I'll play it here over the.
2 peas in a pod.
Does his face makes it worse?
I'm not
Look
buying
at
it.
him.
He got
Yeah,
something
that
on
look
the
like
field.
that look like Will Levis's best friend. That's probably gonna be Will Levis's best man in his wedding one day.
Oh, he does kind of look like Fire Marshal Bill before the accident. He does. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, my internet up over here tripping. I'm most definitely finna have to go watch that video though, man. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up for the night, man. Y'all continue to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. We appreciate all of you that tuned in tonight. All 394 y'all and everybody that's going to go back and watch the show later on. We appreciate you very much. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down at Music City Autoplex. Buy with confidence. Best prices in 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, most definitely go to musiccityAutoplex.com and check out their inventory and get those picks in with BetUS, where the games begin. 10% gamblers insurance, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Scan that QR code and lock those picks in. Man, I'm gonna go watch Liam Cohen. I did not know that dude was that motherfucking goofy, y'all.
He goofy, bro. I don't think it's gonna work, man. I don't think you can have a quarterback like that, man. Yeah, it's gonna work.
Yeah, motherfuckers sitting up talking about, man, we need to go get Liam Cole for Will. They know the fuck we don't. Keep them motherfuckers away from
I found what it. I hate to get back into that conversation real quick, but I gotta show y'all what they said about us, bro. Let me see.
Yeah, man, Liam Cole. That's no. That's a no. I mean, offensive coordinator, yeah. I mean, get some good players around them. But and then too, I think Tampa Bay got kind of a good little culture going on there. I mean, he can't go around Mike Evans and all those guys and act like a straight up goofball. But Jacksonville, oh man, this is gonna be bad.
Why do I feel like that's here? Let me take this down. Way to be clear.
It said with the first overall pick, the Tennessee Titans select quarterback Cam Ward from Miami. It said in most cases, teams picking first overall is years away from being competitive, but that's not the case with the Titans. The Titans have already have some key pieces in place, and if head coach Brian Callahan can get a quarterback play even remotely close to what he orchestrated as an offensive coordinator in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, the Titans can make some serious noise within the division. Literally, word for word, what I've been telling y'all, word for word. And the division ain't scaring me. It ain't. One quarterback changed this whole division, like the Texans did.
But that's not the overall end goal. Like that might be, but that's only because everybody else sucks. Like,
and I agree, we're not going to win the Super Bowl,
right? But so like we don't need a QB that makes us competitive in the division. We need a QB that's going to lead us to win the Super Bowl, and we need to be in a situation that's going to not lead us to make noise in the division, but make some noise in the NFL. So like I get that, but that's also just coming from somebody that it doesn't sound like you've actually looked at the team, because we don't really have solid pieces. We have one wide receiver now in the wide receiver room that's worth anything.
Well,
that's
wasn't built in the day.
We got still
gotta win division first.
We gotta take a stranglehold on this division. It look like so we can attract. You know what I'm saying? We can make trades. We can do this, that, and the other. We can build a culture of winning. And the first thing you gotta do, you gotta win the South. You know what I'm saying? Once we win the South, once we take control of the South, shit gonna change quick, bro. Quick, you know what I'm saying? Because we've already seen that we can beat Houston, bro. We look at them like a little brother, bro. We look at them, okay, when we need to get double, then we can get it. You know what I'm saying? And I know once we get a real quarterback, we can dominate them, bro. They not nothing scary to me. Like,
bro, I just don't want to be in a situation where we're the Texans, where we think we got our guy like CJ Stroud, everybody, and then you see that you just might have the best QB in the division. But when you go to rank up best QBs in the NFL, your guy ain't nowhere near close. And that's the situation. I want to make sure that, yes, we get the guy, but we got to have a supporting cast around him. And right now, like, okay, we're going to bring in a guy. Who's he throwing to? Who's protecting him? Because, okay, yeah, we got Latham over there. We got Peter. How is Cushenberry going to come off this Achilles? Who's right guard? Who's right tackle? How are we handling that situation? How are we going to block for him? Okay, cool. We got the running game, but still, again, who's going to block to open up the running game so they don't force us to pass? Like, we got to go out there and get these guys. And right tackles aren't easy to get in free agency. And if you do get them because somebody let them go, you're overpaying and paying heavy. So we can do it. It's just looking at free agency and looking at draft, the pieces we need as well to surround a QB as well ain't necessarily the time to be needing these pieces. It's not a good time to be needing a QB. It's also not a good time to be needing an edge rusher. It's not really a good time to be needing a right tackle. At least not like unless you're going to go first overall, but you can't be needing a QB and an edge rusher at the same time. We can take some guys later on in the rounds, but that's taking a gamble that somebody else don't take them and they actually fall where we think these guys are going to fall.
Man, look, man, it's been a good discussion tonight, man. I mean, it truly has. I mean, I understand both sides of it. I mean, everybody has their opinion. At the end of the day, we just all want to see the Titans win the Super Bowl, but I'm getting sleepy. I got to lay down. Somebody wake me up when the Houston Texans go to a conference championship and tie the fuck up.